If you ever wondered where beeswax kind of gets made and comes from or whatever, obviously it comes from beehives, but usually what we do is after we uncap frames for honey extraction, that white capping that's covering those cells, we save that, we take it off and keep it to the side, and then we collect it all and squish it up and melt it down, what we call rendering. And there's a lot of different techniques for it. And a common one is to take really hot water, not quite boiling, but somewhere around 185 degrees. And a tip that I got from a fellow beekeeper, thanks Kelly, is pantyhose. That's right. You didn't see that coming, did you? So what you do is you take pantyhose and you take a little section of it out of the leg, about 6 or 8 inches, and you squish up your cappings into a little ball, little gooey, waxy, honey sticky ball, and you put it inside a little piece of stocking and tie it on the both ends, a lot like a tea bag, and it works just like a tea bag. And when it melts, all the wax comes out into the water, and all the stuff you don't want in your wax, all that brown stuff, little bee parts and things like that, are all stuck inside the bag that you just discard and throw away. And once you get it all melted down, you have clean wax and honey, or I'm sorry, clean wax and water. Actually, there is honey in there, a little bit of residual honey. And then you pour it through I use a little piece of cheesecloth on a pretty cheap screened filter there, and you pour it into a bucket or something like that, and you end up with this, and all the wax floats up to the top, and air bubbles and things like that, water underneath, might have a little bit of honey underneath, but the wax stays together and shrinks a little bit and hardens when it cools overnight, and in the morning you pretty much just have a little wafer of solid beeswax that you can then melt down and put it into different forms. Sometimes I put them in little smaller cups like this to make little smaller, thicker wafers of it, or you can put it in ice trays, and you can, these have little things on the bottom that you can pop them out if you want some little wax cubes. And that's how you render beeswax.